Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Roxy, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Roxy's ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands, the corrections and motivations that we give while we're working with her, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free then to give the correction. And the correction that we give is a tug and release on the training collar, which is the second piece of training equipment that we're using. Roxy has been fitted with her own personal collar, and we will show you how to put that collar on and use it during your one-on-one instruction. Roxy is sitting very nicely on Fred's left-hand side, which is where all of our obedience training takes place. The first command that they're going to demonstrate for you is heeling, and heeling is proper walking on a leash. Fred and Roxy take off doing that now, and the command that you're going to give is Roxy heel, and you're going to simply start walking, and she should fall in line, heeling appropriately at your pace, whether you're walking at a faster pace or a slower pace. She should not be lagging behind on that leash, nor should she be lunging ahead and pulling on that leash. Also incorporated into our heeling exercise is an automatic sit, which you will see frequently throughout the video, and there's an example right there. So anytime that you are walking with her and you stop, she should automatically sit right there at your left heel position. The next command they're going to demonstrate is the stay command, and it is a hand and a voice command. Use the open flat of your left palm an inch or so in front of her muzzle, the one-word command to stay, and then walk out to the end of the training leash. Now Roxy should remain seated throughout the entire command and should not break. This is a great command to practice frequently throughout your day to help build up her ability to sit and stay for longer periods of time. And when practicing at home, start at 1 minute and increase your intervals over your training sessions, working up to a total of 3 minutes for your long sit stay. When Fred returns back, he's going to walk all the way around and behind her counterclockwise, returning back to heel position so that she is on his left-hand side. Great job, and they are going to demonstrate their heel sit and stay for you again. Now it's important to keep Roxy motivated when working her through her commands, and you can do this by using lots of positive reinforcement, whether it's physical praise, petting her, or verbal praise and telling her she's a good girl. Now you just heard Fred say no. She went to go into a down when he left her in a sit stay. So you want to make sure that if she does not complete the command correctly, you give her a nice firm no and repeat the command. Now they're going to demonstrate the recall or the come on command. Give the command Roxy come. She should then come in and sit directly in front of you. And then heel her around the back of you, returning her back to your left-hand side where again she should sit nicely. And they'll demonstrate that again. Leave her in a sit stay. Walk out to the end of your training leash. Give her a moment to hold that sit stay. And then give the command Roxy come. And as she's coming towards you, gather your leash in your hand. As Fred is doing there, gather up the leash. There you go. And then heel her around the back of you. Back to your left-hand side. Great job. Also, when Roxy first comes home and you're practicing her commands with her, make sure that you're practicing both indoors and outdoors. And at first, you want to pick an area that's nice and quiet and distraction-free. And when you get a better feel working her through her commands and she's completing them for you all the time, you can start to slowly introduce distractions into your training sessions. The next command they're going to demonstrate for you is the first of our down commands, and it's the down from a heel position. Again, use the open flat of your left palm, straight down towards the ground this time though, and the one-word command to down. Then give the stay command and walk out to the end of your leash. And again, she should remain laying down in this position and should not break for this command. Great command again to practice frequently to help build up the ability to down stay for longer periods of time. And this command you'll start at 3 minutes and you'll increase your intervals working up to a total of 5 minutes for your long down stay. Again, Fred walks counterclockwise around her, back behind her, returning to her side. Great job. And I will demonstrate that for you again. We also recommend that when she first comes home in the first couple of weeks, you set aside 10 to 15 minutes every day to work her through her commands in a formal obedience training session such as this video here. So as you see, Fred left her in another down stay, and this time they're going to demonstrate the recall or the come on command from the down position. Good girl. Now this last command that they're about to heel into position for is the second of our down commands, and it's the down from a distance. And for this command, you'll leave Roxy in a sit-stay. Walk out to the end of the training leash. From the end of the leash, you will use your right hand to give the down command. Fred and Roxy are about to demonstrate a small sample of our advanced off-leash training. And for this, Fred is just going to simply drop the leash, leave her in a sit-stay, drop the leash, and he's just increasing his distance by a couple feet. This is something that you will be able to work up to in the future if you are diligent with Roxy and her on-leash training. You want to make sure that she is completing all of her commands for you all the time before you decide to advance to a little bit off-leash training where you're dropping the leash and increasing your distance. So we've demonstrated for you today all the obedience commands that Roxy has learned here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Roxy, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.